Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the TeamSpeak Team Liquid StarCraft 2 Open. I am djWHEAT. Joining me is Chill, and actually the funniest thing just happened, Chill. Like that video played at half speed or something, and so it sounded like an alien, introducing the stream. Guys, we got some great StarCraft 2 action coming at you. Once again, thank you to TeamSpeak for sponsoring not just one, not just two, but a series of 12 competitions over the next 12 weeks. Of course, there will be some intervals where we will have a holiday break. Of course, holidays this season following directly on Saturdays, Christmas, and of course New Year's also happening. And I believe that you and I are on we're mandatory vacation for the rest of 2010 after this event. So Chill, how's it going, man? Excited for today's games?
Good, yeah, super excited. I think you're right. There's going to be one next week, the 11th, and I believe there's one actually the 18th. We're going to kind of step out of the ring and tap in. I believe it's going to be Orb and In Control taking over next week. So I think it's good that Orb is finally getting some exposure. He's been doing a lot of casting of the lower levels of the TL Open for a while now. So now he's finally stepping into the big times.
Yeah, actually, I've listened. I remember listening and watching Orb just do his stream earlier on. During the beta days as well. And he really has. I mean, he's an incredibly knowledgeable guy, and he's really refined himself. He's very comfortable speaking to an audience, and he can explain things well. So I think that'll be great too. A good little balance there with In Control because he's a wild and crazy guy, and so that'll be a lot of fun. However, that'll be in the next couple weeks, and that'll be all confirmed over on TeamLiquid.net. Tonight we have 4 incredible players coming at you in 2 semifinals, as well as the grand finals. In semifinal number 1, TLO versus Drewbie. That's also the first matchup we're going to be seeing here. And then Rhett versus Cahol, who we'll talk about that one a little bit. Chill, let's talk about this one. TLO versus Drewbie.
Well, everyone knows TLO. He kind of became famous with Random in the beta. I believe the first game we saw him really step into the limelight was using nukes against Nazgul actually on this map, Metalopolis. Now, kind of settled in with Zerg, kind of toned down his crazy tendencies, although we see him every once in a while. So everyone should be familiar with TLO. Had a stint in Korea, but now he's back home, and there was actually a video of him being welcomed back, I believe it was in Germany.
Oh, that was so awesome, too.
An event in itself, him getting off the plane, and there's 50 nerds waiting there for him.
It was awesome. If you haven't seen that thread, it's totally worth a gander. And you could tell from the smile on his face like he was, I am StarCraft 2 superstar status, and he is. He's awesome. So let's get the countdown started, and then we'll talk a little bit about our Terran player, Drewbie. Chill, are you ready?
Yeah, let's do this.
All right, here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And this is it. Semifinal number 1 for the TeamSpeak Team Liquid StarCraft 2 Open. Number 5, we've got TLO playing the blue Zerg on Metalopolis, spawning in the 2 o'clock position, while his opponent, Drewbie, playing as the red Terran, is spawning in the 1 o'clock position. And, of course, Drewbie being from Team Root, he's competed in several MLG competitions. He's always very active in the community competitions as well. And this guy is pretty much a beast, showing that a lot of good practice and some very intelligent gameplay can get you a long ways. And here he is once again in the semifinals.
Yeah, so I mean, we gave a nod to TLO, and we didn't really introduce Drewbie too much. Drewbie from BC, Western Canada. I've actually met him in person. Super nice guy, young StarCraft player, so he's got a bright future ahead of him. There's nothing too particular about his style that we can really say. We can't say he's an amazing Banshee user or anything like that. The one thing I can bring up is that he's a little bit famous for his multi-pronged medevac harass in the later stages of the beta, and as we moved into retail, he found it really easy to load up 3 medevacs, drop multiple places at multiple times, and made a bit of a reputation for himself that way. But a very, very solid player. I wouldn't expect to see anything too crazy out of him. As you can see, he's already scouting fairly early after the barracks, sending this SCV to try to catch the Overlord, and yes, it has. So now both players aware of where their counterpart has spawned on Metalopolis.
Yeah, TLO also, of course, he went and played random for a while, was a really great Zerg, very interesting Terran as well, but decided to go ahead and settle on Zerg once again. And in this particular matchup, it does look like he's thrown down a very early pool. I think it went down around 12 or so, and decided not to go ahead and expand. He's got his second Overlord out. He's also sending a drone over to go ahead and scout what's going on. He's going to find a barracks and nice little hole right there. First Marine is about ready to come out, but interesting to see what he's going to do. We do have 2 pairs of Zerglings on their way, as well as the Queen.
Yeah, you know, TLO scouted Drewbie's position very quickly with the Overlord, and typically when that happens and you run the Overlord away, you can put down an expansion really quickly. So I'm a little bit surprised with getting the Zerglings out, but again, we're finding out more and more, and especially after last TL Open, we're finding that opening build orders don't matter as much as people think. You can bounce back from playing safe, getting an early pool, and we see TLO just going to grab that extractor to deny the gas of Drewbie. Let's see if he cancels it or lets it complete. And, oh, he actually does cancel it at the last second and rebuilds it with about 1 health on that drone. So just going to deny that a little bit longer. So he's aware of what kind of tech choice Drewbie is going. Seeing no gas, and he's going to see the command center. So TLO is going to be aware that Drewbie is going for a very fast expansion here in game number 1.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to mention that without the gas there, he does cancel again. That time the drone is taken out, and he will quickly go ahead and take both refineries at that point. He did have a couple of Zerglings attacking the front here, and it looks like they might just go up and continue to get some vision, but he's already brought his Marines down, getting ready for that expansion. You can see TLO already hatchery nearing completion, and in the meanwhile, no gas here for TLO, just working on his drones. He's got regular Zerglings out, and now we've got a nice force of 4 Marines heading on down, so there's going to have to be some sort of reaction coming out here by TLO.
Yeah, TLO taking a very late gas and going for the gold base, it looks like.
Yeah.
In production, we've got 10 Zerglings. I'm surprised Drewbie feels this confident poking ahead with just 4 Marines. You know, a surround or a flank of Zerglings could really take those out, but looks like he's not going to press his luck. Puts on a little pressure, forces 5 larvae to turn into not drones, and then runs away. Very, very smart play by him.
And gas just finished for TLO. He'll go ahead and grab that now. And in the meanwhile, you can see he's continuing to drone up. 3 more drones on the way, taking that gold, as Chill pointed out. And here we go with the Zergling push, or a little bit of pressure coming out here. He did put the barracks down. It's not yet complete, and he's going to go ahead and pretty much throw away these Zerglings. He does take out 1 Marine, looking for a second kill here. Might be able to get a third, not quite, as all those Zerglings do bite the dust, and 4 Marines are left to occupy that bunker there. Gold is nearing completion as well, and if TLO gets this up and there's no pressure around this area, Chill, right down that choke, it's going to be really good for TLO. He's transferring over a bunch of drones, and he's just going to have a really solid economy here.
Right, so we I guess we show on the production tab a lot of Zerglings coming out. Zergling speed, metabolic boost going up. We've got 2 factories completing for Drewbie, 1 reactor, and 1 tech lab getting the Infernal pre-igniter there. So going to go with Blue Flame Hellions. That'll be really nice to help harass the 3 bases of TLO. He's really spread himself out. TLO can poke from the western edge of this gold, then run around south and try to deal with the drones at the natural. So TLO is going to have to be on point to defend these Hellions.
Right now, 33 drones to 32 SCVs. There's also 2 mules out on the field as well. So Drewbie doing a good job, at least keeping up. Of course, that gold's going to be bringing in a little bit more income. But with the mules about even, Zerglings now just making sure that they've got vision of the map. Speed is going to be finishing very, very soon, but it's probably going to be lining up just about perfect with that Infernal pre-igniter. It's going to be behind just by a little bit. So he'll have a little tiny window, Chill, to be able to work those Zerglings a little bit. He's got a few more heading out to the other side of the map, and we do have a small force moving out here by Drewbie.
Yeah, moving out with the Hellions, not quite Blue Flame yet, but it doesn't even matter. Roasting those Zerglings down, pulling the yellow one back so it does not get taken out. And TLO has only Queens. He's trying to throw up a Spine Crawler. He's got Zerglings as well, but these Blue Flame Hellions going in, and Blue Flame is about to finish right now. So now they are going to roast drones in 2 hits. Running around, the Spine Crawler not even close. The Queen goes to block. We're getting hit by the Hellions. A lot of damage being done here. A lot of missed mining time. Drewbie has a few Hellions at the western edge too. He's trying to find the time to use those. Queen actually gonna get taken out. No, maybe. Oh my god, so many Zerglings can get roasted here by the Blue Flame. Getting taken out, trying to get away in a full retreat. The Blue Flame lines them all up and takes him out. Hellion's doing so much damage here to TLO. He's got 6 roaches in the production tab. The Hellion's actually going to take on a Queen. Why not? They're feeling like ballers now that they've dealt with all the Zerglings. And the wheels have come off just a little bit here for TLO in the early game. He's going to have to try to get these roaches out and find some sort of stabilization here.
He's got Zerglings coming in from the back. Roaches just pop inside the base of TLO, and it looks like he will be able to clean these up as long as he can keep those roaches there on the creep. All of those guys are hurting badly. They need a mechanic. He's transferred his drones one more time, but the amount of mining time, as you said, oh no! Moving on to the ramp, there's still one more left. He almost gets another line of drones, but a massive amount of mining time lost on that one. Still, TLO has 42 drones to 49 SCVs, and over here, let's see, well, TLO just kind of checking things out, and the tanks are out for Drewbie as well. I don't think that whole time, though, let me check here, I do not think Drewbie still he has no vision of this gold base, has no idea that it is up right now, so although he did do a little bit of damage and stop some mining time, he still has no knowledge of that base.
You know, we can't give too much credit to the damage that's done. I see people in the chat already calling for GG, but it's definitely not over.
No.
The Harvester and the income, very, very close in this game. If we check the supplies, we've got Drewbie at going up to about 90, and we've got TLO following suit at 89. So there's a lot of game yet to be played. This game is far from over.
And there's 3 tanks and a few Marines, a couple Marauders moving out right now. And I think this is actually a pretty small force. He's going to go ahead and move in. We've got Zerglings going in for the surround. In come the Roaches to go ahead and take out the tanks. 1 tank down, 2 tank down, no siege mode. And I don't even see siege mode being... Well, maybe does he already has it, but choosing not to use it at this point. He does go ahead and deflect this attack, but he does lose 2 tanks in the process. Now we have got ourselves a medevac out, and as you mentioned earlier, Chill, we know that Drewbie has been known to be very capable of doing some very nasty harasses on his opponent, and we'll see what he's going to manage to do that. Also, Infestation Pit is out here for TLO. It could just be to go to Hive, or he could work his infestors in. Actually, yes, we do have a lair right there, and here we go. We've got a medevac moving into the main base.
Yeah, dropping off 4 Blue Flame Hellions, going to move right in, and looks like the Roaches were aware of it. The drones are already out of there, so the Hellions are denied and just going to fly right out of there. It would have been nice to see that paired up with kind of an attack on the gold base at the same time, as those medevacs can really draw an army to any position. We can see Drewbie transitioning. If you bring up the production tab, he's just full of upgrades he's trying to get going, and really doing a wide array of things here. He's getting a lot of Marines, getting weapons level 1, tanks, medevacs, Hellions, Marauders, a lot of stuff on the go for Drewbie as he attempts to push right down into the front of TLO's main base.
And we do see a couple infestors coming out, as well as Hive being researched. 4th base also going down. Looks like a surround is going to happen here by TLO. He's trying to move into the back with his Roaches, and he might be able to hold these guys off. He does have a few Spine Crawlers coming out the front, and he will sandwich these Terran units, doing a great amount of damage right here. And right now the siege tanks up on the hill are doing a lot of Drewbie's damage for Drewbie, but he will go ahead and take out these units. He will ferry them up to the top so the Terran does not lose everything, but those siege tanks that were right there and can do so much damage against that gold base have been taken out. So great job by TLO, but good attack as well by Drewbie. He also knows very well of this gold base and has got to imagine that this 4th is up as well.
Yeah, and I mean, Drewbie having a 3rd base up so quickly and taking a 4th, his supply is just skyrocketing. He's up at 135, TLO falling behind a little bit at 130, but the thing here is, in Terran vs. Zerg, the Terran has to stay active. Drewbie can't just sit back on his 4 bases and play passive. He's got to keep pushing out and trading armies with TLO over and over, or if TLO gets up to Hive Tech unchecked, he's going to max out and get that devastating Ultra Tech or Broodlord Tech that's really going to shut Drewbie out. So I like how aggressive he's staying. Sending 2 Hellions here down the left side, battling a Roach, but looks like the main attack is coming yet again on the eastern front.
Yeah, and he's going to bring these siege tanks up and get another siege right there with the Xel'Naga vision. We're going to have nice fungal growth happening there. Oh, you better get used to that on this patch, because not anymore. And he's going to move in and try to take out the rest of the army. A lot of units here for the Terran. Finally, the Medivacs moving back into position, getting some heals off on those Marines, but was it too late? Yeah, not really. All of the roaches are now done. Of course, these siege tanks helping out immensely. And although we do have a few investors back there, a great push by Drewbie as he keeps a lot of units alive and has this, like, how many? 4 hit point siege tanks. He will finally move a roach up to deal with that. But a huge ferry into the main base at TLO.
Looks like TLO is ready for it. Bring back infestors, lings, and roaches. Drewbie should probably not drop here as he's flying in range of the queen. Dropping all his units. Gonna get completely flanked, and fungal going off on everything. That is gonna get just completely ripped up as the infestor locking everything down, and the roaches come in to clean up. The queen will go down as a bit, and Drewbie actually may hold here. Medivacs are magical. The drones for TLO actually being pulled.
Oh, wow.
There's only a few marauders here, but oh my god, Medivacs, wow. You guys are pretty good in this game, now being loaded up as Zerglings and drones come to finish them off. Drewbie getting a lot of value, and look at this red stream pouring into the main base of TLO down the east side.
And right now, TLO is just trying to buy himself some time. Gold is actually almost all mined out, so it may not matter anyway. He's got a pack of Zerglings that's going to come up, check for expansions, but more importantly, it's these Ultralists and these extra Zerglings that he's waiting for right now, trying to bring those out, getting the armor upgrade as well. He might be able to do some damage here with these Lings. Not sure what. No, we have a planetary up there. He's screwed. So all he's really getting from there is some larva. We've got another one. He's going to see the Ultralist coming out, and can TLO hold another drop in the back here? There's a lot of action coming out by Drewbie.
Yeah, I want to bring up the APM tab. We can see Drewbie's way up at almost 200, and here come the Ultras immediately getting taken out by the Marines and Marauders. Tanks sieging up on a position. Meanwhile, the Marauders dropping at the 6 o'clock. Probably going to take that base as there's only a queen. And here comes a big flank of Ling, Ultra, Roach, and looks like Drewbie doesn't even want to deal with it. Just loading in the Medivacs, getting the hell out of there. Meanwhile, bottom right has been completely destroyed by Marauders. All the drones have fled from there. TLO coming to deal with that, but they're probably going to jump into the medevac and get out of there. Oh no, they'll just fight some brutes. And we've got some Lings trying to cut off reinforcements for TLO at the natural of Drewbie. Drewbie just throwing down. His income is out of control. Throwing down 5, 6 barracks and a factory. Oh my god, Drewbie is a monster.
Yeah, and we are seeing TLO do a good job of taking out those reinforcements, but as you mentioned, Drewbie just might be way ahead of the curve here at this point in the game. He still has several medevacs out on the field, which are doing a huge amount of damage, and even though he does have this pretty massive army, there's a lot of DPS coming out. Oh my god! Fungal out the ass there, as now these Ultras go in there and just do a ton of damage. Those Marines are wishing that they stayed at home today. Siege tanks are going to get taken out, and suddenly a few fungal growths, and the tables are turned here. TLO, though, going to be smart to not completely commit to this attack and push up. He might lose this queen here as she goes oh so slow. A few Ultralists left, only one making. He's got Ventral Sacs researching as well, and as far as his income, he can support what he's trying to build here, but he's got to be worried about the Terran economy right now and the fact that he can be pushing out units almost as fast as a Zerg at this point. So what will TLO do next, Chill? I don't know.
Yeah, the income for Drewbie is just out of control. He's up at 2,000 minerals per minute. He just dropped like 6 mules on the gold base. His main is about to mine out, so he's going to Maynard these SCVs all over. He can easily take the entire western side, as we see the holographic image of the natural in the main base shows that is his intention. He's got 2 medevacs flying, going to take out the main base at the bottom left for TLO. And TLO's just really, what can he do at this point? He's fallen a little bit behind. His army's starting to dry up. And, you know, he didn't get too much value out of the gold. Here comes a drop. Going to be some overlords to spot it. And actually, there's an army waiting for it, so that's going to be shut down very quickly. So nice by TLO. He's got to win little battles like this to get back into the game. I
really, really love this fungal play we're seeing right now, but we got another push by Drewbie coming up the main alley into the gold base of TLO. He is going to lose that hatchery, although, as I had mentioned, that gold almost already harvested out And we will see Drewbie just move out of there. He does lose the larva production from that gold base, which is actually pretty nice considering its location. And TLO's army has not really grown that much. Of course, you can see he added a lot of infestors. He's banking on a few Ultralists here and a lot of Lings, and he is using those Lings pretty well to control, taking out a lot of units. Actually, those guys on move, they're going to get hurt badly. So both of these guys just trying to stay alive right now, but Drewbie pretty much controlling this game. And we got another drop here in the main of TLO.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a Marauder drop. Drewbie has been doing this all game, just running in, sniping buildings, and getting out. But there's an Infestor. Not enough to Fungal. Second one has enough, and the Fungal goes down. We're going to get a few Infested Terrans to deal with the Medivacs and take that out. But looks like it was a bit of a decoy as Drewbie's yet again pushing down the west end. Probably going to gain access to the main base and the natural here as he's driving in with the Hellion. Going to be able to siege up. There's some Infestors at the high ground. Looks like TLO has had enough. He's going to counterattack up the east side. Drewbie feels he needs to get back. He's going to recall his army back to the east side, or is he going to go to the main base? But TLO is moving into a bunch of Marauders, which do fairly well against Ultralists, I've found, and going to get fungled right up. And Infested Terrans going up, but Drewbie says whatever. Stims moves right into the natural of TLO, going to take out the Baneling Nest, going to take out the Hive, which is very important, but he's lost access to all. Oh my god, he's actually got siege tanks on the high ground in Drewbie's main with the shields up in the form of these supply depots, taking everything out. Only a few altars here and too many Infestors. I think Drewbie's going to be able to stabilize this. And a lot of Zerglings and Infestors are actually flooding into the natural of Drewbie. It's getting to be a crazy and scrappy game here.
It is, but TLO's units are quickly on the decline while Drewbie is not only still producing out of these units, everything here in the base, but also he's got a massive army. Another fungal here in the natural. The siege tanks get taken out as well. He continues to use these infested Terrans very nicely. Another siege tank goes down, but still, look at this army. So even if he manages to pull it off, there's still a big army here, and there's a Planetary Fortress over on this side and at the gold. Those are going to be real tough. And TLO is going to have to say GG. He knows that he couldn't deal that final blow quick enough. And Root.Drewbie takes us up one game here in this best of three. He wins the first one on Metalopolis. So we are going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll find out about game number 2.